Fucking cold. Cold out, man. Got a fire going. This battery thing going. We'll see how this works out. I don't know how long we'll go live. I ain't got shit to do but fucking drink beer, smoke a fucking turkey, and watch this fucking fire because it's cold as shit out. But cheers. Happy late Thanksgiving and early Christmas, I guess. We got home Friday. Had to get the APU fixed again. Alternator went out, so we got that done. Then went home after that. 2-4, what's up? West Coast Spatty, what's good? So I was another 1,200 back in dollars. I'd rather have been a little cheaper, but I couldn't get to Al or to Dale's APU again, so I had to pay full price for the old Thermo King. Yeah, shop fees. It's never ending story, dude. It's never ending. But we woke up last weekend and 12 volts on the inverter, so the alternator ain't charging. So end up being the alternator itself. T-Bone, what it is, 21, what it is. But so we're just bored. Got the old fire going. I don't know if you can see that or not. And we got a turkey in the smoker, which hell, I don't even know if that fucker's up to temp yet. We got it in there anyway. It's the electric one. I was thinking about doing the stick smoker, but with that rack in there, I don't think I could fit a turkey in there. So I figured I'd just put it in the cabinet smoker. And it's electric, so I ain't got to babysit it. It's just, I got to babysit the pellets, but because it's just the one where you dump the pellets in, you got like a little cylinder. So you dump a little bit of pellets at a time, it's not corkscrew fed. It's not the good one. Just, I'd say maybe it's like the first uh, pellet smoker created, maybe. I don't know. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. But other than that, got a load booked for Friday. I talked to the broker about this load earlier, like maybe Saturday. I was thinking, well, it's a lot of deadhead for the pickup. I mean, but the rate's good. But I thought if that fucker cancels, man, that's a long drive home. But and I saw I asked him, listen, is this thing gonna cancel on me? I mean, is this the real deal? I mean, he says guaranteed not to cancel. So, all right, we'll take it. Yeah, the pit boss palace, that's what I want. 2-4. I want something like that, but just currently not in the budget. Because this one's okay. It's okay, I'll word. It's okay, with that little turn thing. But I say those pellets last maybe 45 minutes, and then you got to do it again. Now I've got the stand up where it plugs into the side. You fill that up, but that's more for cold smoke, like cheese, stuff like that. And that thing just bellows out the fucking smoke. So that's just like too much, too much smoke. So this one will work. I think you just set the time and be done with it. You ain't got to, babysit like stick would. And like I said, I wouldn't be able to fit that turkey in there. But I'd love to get a fucking pit boss for sure. One of these days we'll get one. I mean, you can get them used fairly cheap, and parts are readily available. So maybe one day we'll find one cheap enough, you know. But they are cool. They are cool. Because then it's just set it, forget it. Stick. You gotta, if it starts getting too hot, and you gotta open up the lid. If it's, you just gotta stay on top of the wood and all that shit, and it just turns into a fucking. And I can hold the temperature for a little while, but then it excessively gets too hot or excessively too low. And I mean, at the end of the day, does it fucking matter? No, it don't. Because it's not like I I'm fucking running a restaurant here where, consistency matters because none of it does. But dirty smoke matters. But it seems like that's all the cabinet smoker seems that's all it makes is dirty smoke. It doesn't seem like any clean smoke at all. So I don't I don't I don't put enough pellets in there to do anything. I mean, he still gets the smoke ring and all that shit. So I guess that's all you're looking for anyway. Bobby Kohler, what's going on, brother? What it is? Yeah, so we're just sitting out here, got the fire going. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm bored, but I might fucking bounce early too. Just I'm not talky. Nothing over these exaggerated. Nothing exciting is happening. Nothing crazy is happening. So there's nothing really even talk about, to be honest with you. But and there ain't even that many updates. But I know, I mean, some people are curious, like, what's going on. Still hanging in there. We're hanging in there. I mean, we've gotten everything that needs to be done on the truck and trailer. Well, APU still, that's a never ending fucking process. But pellets, it's just hickory pellets in one of those electric cabinet smokers, with the glass window. Uh, I can't remember the name of it. I picked it off Facebook for free. Uh, there's a sensor in it that keeps popping. It's like the thermocoupler almost, where if it feels it's getting too hot, it'll trip. Well, this thing trips all the fucking time. So I just took that out and then I put the two clips together. So there is no safety mechanism. If it gets too hot, it'll just go into meltdown. So be it. But it works. You know, some of these safety features are just unnecessary. You know, and I'm always out here while I smoke. I don't, you know, not watch it per se. I'm always around it. So if it does go into meltdown, I'll I'll be here. So I don't need that. I don't need that little thing. They're cheap enough, but like I said, every time I put one in, it always popped. So there's something else that's causing that thing to pop. So I bought a new element for it, thinking it was that, but it wasn't the element. Element's fine, but the element was like $30 or something, so it wasn't even that expensive. So, and then I got an extra element in the case in the event that the element goes bad, but very unlikely. I think the only way it could go bad is if some of that, like if you hit it with cold, because it's got a pan and the bottom you could put water in it. It may be in the event that that water spilled onto the element, it could break it. But other than that, I just don't see how anything's gonna go wrong with it. So fuck it, fuck it. But I'd like to get a fucking real smoker. The stick one's okay, but you got to babysit it. And there's sometimes I just don't want to fucking turn it into an all day affair of babysitting. For the most part, it's not a big deal. Because I'll just sit out here and drink beer, watch TV out here, do whatever. It is no big deal. But days like today, I should have waited. Because like today's high is going to be 40 degrees. I think tomorrow or the next day is going to be like 43. But I mean, again, 43. What's the big deal? But I mean, obviously, you see overcast, so it's not a sunny day. So it's never going to get warm. But maybe as long as the breeze is down, if it don't get too blowing the wind is what's going to kill you. But if it don't get windy, right now there's a little bit of breeze, not too bad though. But oh yeah, man. Fuck it. I think I'm gonna get a couple more logs for this fire. I mean, maybe not. I mean, I think I got enough in there. I don't need any wood. I don't need to be out here all fucking day taming a fucking fire either. You know what I'm saying? I don't need any of that. Atlanta, what's going on? Fran, what's going on, baby? Yeah, so we're doing the regular. What is it? A fucking what is today? Saturday or Sunday? No, it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. So Christmas is around the corner. It's around the corner, but we're bailing out Friday morning, early Friday, because like I said, we got 160-mile deadhead for this load. So we'll be in the good after that. Because I needed, in order for me to go home this fucking early, I definitely, because I really didn't intend to get home till Monday or Tuesday, but then when uh, we delivered in, well, where the fuck were we? We were in Florida. Yeah, Jacksonville. And we got a good rate to go to Illinois or Iowa, south of the Quad Cities. And it's like $1,500. Wow, that's well over the norm. So we snagged that, and then I figured, well, we'll hit the Thermal King because there's two Thermal Kings. So somebody will be able to get us in on a Friday afternoon to get us unloaded. So I didn't even look at the Raycon. I don't even know where the pickup is. It's in Keokuk, Iowa. Keokuk, Iowa. That's where it is. I don't know the facility though. I didn't even look that far, but it's in Keokuk, Iowa. So it's about 160 from here. So that's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, give or take, drive to get down there. But it doesn't deliver till Monday. So a lot of things that we were going to do the truck, like we usually vacuum and do the bedding and the rugs and all that stuff. We can actually wait till because we're going to get another reset in on this load. I mean, it's going to Florida, so we're still going to have more than enough time. We'll get another reset in, and we'll just do the laundry, do the bedding and the rugs and shit. The wife will vacuum and clean the inside of the truck and stuff. She'll do that on the reset. So um, I like to be in Wildwood. Fuck yeah, uh, be at Wildwood on Saturday night. Ideally, you feel me, baby? Ideally, we like to be in Wildwood. So we should have no problem getting there. I mean, unless something miraculous happens. I mean, you still have holiday traffic and things like that. Well, maybe. I mean, I'm sure you're probably going to have some holidays. You know, yeah, it's not too bad a deadhead, Fran. We've had more, honestly. We've had more. Well, like we'll deliver in like Houston or even Dallas, and we got a guy who in Tyler, Texas, or no, not Tyler. What is it? Temple, Temple, Texas, that has fucking tit loads going back to Florida. So we'll deadhead quite a ways for that because that's $2,700 from Temple, Texas to Tampa. So that's just easy money. I mean, that's just easy money. So uh, I don't mind deadheading a little bit for that extra because that load will literally pay $500 more than any other fucking load going to Tampa from Texas. So it's worth a deadhead. Just like this is worth a deadhead to go to Kankakee or to wherever the fuck I'm going. If your contractors ran like you, they would still be in business. Atlanta, yeah, I agree. I mean, Oser was out a while. I mean, Oser would be out months at a time. He just wasn't efficient. You know, he wasn't good about keeping himself moving. So he just, it didn't work out. But yeah, if everyone else ran the way that I ran, because listen, you're out here to fucking make money. And listen, we sit at home. Yeah, we enjoy being home, but we ain't making money, and we need to make money. I mean, we're not in a position to not make money. We're not in a position to be sitting here fucking off during Christmas and still being broke as shit. This is not enjoyment, right? We have more enjoyment on the road because at least we're making money. And then so if we spend money, it's no big deal because we're making more money tomorrow, right? But when you're home, there's zero revenue, you know. So you still have to watch what you spend because you don't have that load coming in tomorrow. So yeah, but I'm gonna say Lorraine's got to check out her meds and find out where she's at. But I'd like to say we'll be out January and February is what I'm betting. We're gonna be out those 2 months. And granted, I haven't been out here for a while, but I know when I was on the spot market, January and February, especially February, was one of my best fucking months. So I'm hoping that continues to be the case. Um, because everything that we've made with the truck has gone back into the truck one way or another. Whether it's the trailer that we've had to dump a shit ton into, um, the APU, obviously, motherboard and an alternator, and the power wires. You know, that's money. And then we did replace we were losing a lot of oil. Like we were leaking a gallon of oil a day, and that was from the uh, air compressor gasket. It's a metal gasket with a rubber O-ring, and that had broke that O-ring had come off about that much off of the gasket. So that was just every time the compressor turned on, we're just losing oil. And I mean, I had oil going down my wheels. The axle's covered. The spring is covered in oil. The little plastic tire shell is covered in oil. Everything underneath the truck is covered in oil. I mean, I was just losing a lot of fucking oil. So we got that fixed. That wasn't too bad. That was like $700. So that wasn't too shabby. And we got that done on a 34 reset. So not too bad. But same time of that 34 reset, we were ready to run again. Well, that wasn't a 34 reset. That was a drop trailer that ended up being 2 days to be a drop trailer. So, well, 3 days instead of being a 24-hour drop, um, which, it is what it is. On the Raycon, they say $100 a day. Keep it. I asked, well, when am I going to get an update Raycon? Oh, it takes about 5 days. Don't worry about it. I'm not fucking going to chase you down in 5 days for $200. I got better shit to do than worry about 200. And then, trying to factor that load or hold that load. So I factored it anyway. And then, if they send me the $200 Raycon, they send me the $200. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to call for it. The load's over it. I'm over it. We'll take it out of the next guy, But I think this month, after getting the compressor or the alternator done, which was not expected, that oil leak, which was, kind of on the radar. But after getting all that shit fixed, we're pretty much down to. I know when I got the 3-axle alignment done, the guy said, driver side kingpin, you're going to want to keep an eye on that. That one is starting to wear. So we've got that. We've got once in a while when you're driving the truck, it'll stumble on itself. So that could be the number 6 injector. It could also be part of the wiring harness, I guess. And then I've got a speed control, engine speed sensor. I had a fault on that pop up the other day also. Now it went away, but that skipping, that stumble might be the engine speed sensor, which is the cam speed. So that might be it. I haven't looked into it to see how much that costs. We ain't got the money to fix it right now anyway. So we'll get a couple loads under our belt, and then we'll put that in the shop and see about they getting that engine speed sensor fixed or replaced. But it's right on the cam, right by the the dampener, the harmonic balancer, if you call it there, the dampener. So if it's something that has to be all that shit needs to be tore down to get to it, then we might as well put a new dampener on. But if not, then we'll just replace. I definitely want to get a new dampener, but we'll fix what needs to be fixed apparently. So, but other than that, we should be able, next year we should be able to stack some loot. Now, granted, kingpins ain't cheap. Injectors aren't cheap. Uh, I'm sure the wiring harness isn't cheap. But so far, we've been lucky where we've been able to cover the things that needed addressed. Now, maybe they weren't addressed right away, you know, but we've been able to actually fix shit. But you know, but when you stay out weeks at a time, that generally you tend to accumulate money. You know, it's just how long do you hold on to that money is the challenge because I want shit fixed, and I'd like to have shit fixed as soon as it happens. But when you're working with cash, it doesn't tend to it doesn't happen, right? I mean, before I could just throw it on a credit card and then pay off the credit card within the 2 weeks or whatever that it takes for me to get that money. But now I have to wait 2 weeks to have the cash before I fix it, which I don't think anybody wants to run their business that way. But you got to do what you got to do. You know. Let's see what you're smoking. Well, you ain't gonna see much. I mean, it's a turkey. I might, when I go up and get more wood, I might flash that to you. Gary Cook, what's going on, brother? You spend more money at home when you do on the road. At least for me, that's true. Yeah, and I try not to spend anything. I mean, I bought a 30 pack of beer, you know, but then you start groceries like I made chili yesterday, or day before yesterday. Uh, so yeah, I mean, you do. I mean, doing shit or things of that nature takes money. And again, when you don't have any revenue, but you know, so far all we got to pay is the gas, electric, water, the water bill, and then Culligan water bill, and that's pretty much it. So we got that much covered. Ghost Driver, what's going on? Tennessee Matt, what's going on? Just fix what you can. That's all we're gonna do, baby. Fix what we can, Fran. There's no sense of getting fucking all jazzed up and you know fuck it up. I mean, the tires they were not what I would want on a trailer. The brakes weren't what I wanted for brakes. But that shit just it's you just gotta wait. You know, be aware of what your situation is. The condition of shit, and then just do what you can with what you got until you can get done to it. So when we were losing all that oil, I wasn't trying to make it worse. I called that Prairie because I was thinking, fuck, I'm blowing out fucking gaskets here, so because I'm losing so much oil, and so I started calling, like, trying to get some quotes for rebuilds, and there's a couple places here. There's one in Iowa, and there's one down by Champaign, and I got a quote. He says this is worst case because he was kind of talking to me like what's going on with the truck, blah blah. So he's under the impression, okay, you probably got a lot of blow by, you're getting a lot of pressure. This is why your seals are blowing. Um, and I did mention to him that listen, it could very well just be the air compressor because when I got the oil change, I asked the dude, can you see if you can see where the oil leak is coming from? Is it the oil pan gasket, which I just had replaced not long ago? Was it the bolt on the oil pan not torqued down because I got it done at Speedco? Usually when I get shit done at Speedco, when it was Speedco before it turned to Love's, then they'll have you come out and watch them torque. the bolts. Well, they never did that. That was loose. The rear panel bolt drain plug was loose. Um, I still believe it's still leaking somewhere by the transmission or the back of the engine. But again, we got to narrow that down, which is which. And then I had the truck washed and then had everything washed, all the oil washed off. And so it was easier to detect where the oil was coming from. And then we found that it was coming from the compressor. Uh, so we got that fixed. So that cut down the oil a lot. That cut it down a lot. So probably the first week or so of January, once we do a couple loads, we'll get an oil change done again, and then just kind of figure out where the other leaks are. But anyway, I got the quote for the rebuild, which was ridiculous. You see this shit on TikTok, 13.99 rebuilds and blah blah blah. Well, that's just the fucking kids. I mean, that's not. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, because the quote I got was no different than my dealer quote to do the 680. So, and that didn't even include injectors. So, still a little rich. But popping, if silver keeps popping, we'll be good. It's almost at $70 already. Last I checked, it was like 69.12 or something. So it's getting there. So if we can get that up there a little bit more, we might be okay. Uh, Brian blocked me. Brian blocked me. I think I know you, but aren't you? I don't. Maybe I don't know. But no, I'm not going to his wedding. And listen, people get married multiple times, Brian. I mean, who cares? Some of us get lucky and we only have to marry once. And then sometimes maybe the person you married ain't exactly who you thought they were, or vice versa. And then everything goes to shit. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky and it's just once, you know. But that's why there's such thing as divorces, you know. So all I give a shit is that Brian's happy, and if it takes three more divorces, you know, that's all that's all that matters, you know. Not every people still grow and they still change. What you maybe the person you were, however many years ago when you got married, maybe you're just not that person anymore. So I mean, fuck it. Unless you're Catholic, right? If you're Catholic, you just never get divorced. It doesn't matter if he abuses you, if he cheats on you. You know, Catholics don't get divorced. You know, you never know. But teach his own, baby. I mean, there ain't no sense of being miserable your whole life because maybe the woman changed or you changed, and maybe it just ain't gonna work. You know. So I don't give a shit how many times somebody gets married. You know, I'd rather I'd rather everyone be able to find that right person and be able to stay with that person their whole life. You know, but unfortunately, that's not how the fucking world goes. That's not how it goes. Show you what I got going here. I don't know how to change the camera, but let me show you. See if I can see it. Do you see it? You see a turkey in there? So it's doing all right. It's doing all right. We got it set at 250. I couldn't find for the life of me how much this fucking bird weighs, so I'm gonna depend on the little popper. I'll let the popper pop, and then I'll test it with my little stick. I got that thermo spike. Fucking pile of shit, dude. That motherfucker ain't never charged. I mean, you gotta charge it for the day before because it seems like every time I want to use the fucking thing, it ain't available. It's dead. I get some good old firewood here. This is some good seasoned shit. This is what I use for smoking. But I try not to get the cherry and shit. I try to get mostly oak. Once in a while, he'll give me, well, not once in a while. Every load, he gives me a little bit of that. What do you call that? That shit that pops? Ash? Is it? Or no? It's that hot shit where if you put it in your wood stove, or you put too much in the wood stove, it'll break the fucking glass. It's not ash. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Hedge or I don't fucking know. Who fucking cares? I'll just put all this fucking shit in here. Who gives a shit? It's only good wood, and I got a fuck ton of it. Because we're not home. Who's gonna do the fucking wood stove and fireplace? Nobody. So, fuck it. It's not oak. It's something else, but it pops a lot. So, like in your fireplace, you don't want to put it in your fireplace, but it's good to put like one piece. Uh, it's one piece of wood in your stove because it gets hot. Motherfucker gets hot, and it's good for campfires. But you don't want it in your fireplace because that's how your house burns down. You know. Yeah, it's not explosives. What's up, Britt? It's God damn. I cannot remember the name of it. No, it's not hickory. It's not pine. If you guys have a wood stove, you'll know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's God damn it, or I'll remember it. It'll come. It'll come to me. I already showed you the food. Welcome back, and it's all the way up there. So I don't know if I'm gonna need more firewood. I put like 6 pieces in the shed, but Jordan B, what's going on, baby? But since you're here, welcome back. I'll show you because you're one of my favorites. So I'll show you. I'm already getting a fucking headache. Like I give myself a headache. My voice bothers me. Hopefully you can see it. It's kind of dark. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Looks like a turkey. It's because it is. It is a turkey. It is a turkey, folks. I didn't put anything in it. So I didn't put any lemons or fucking nothing in it. So I don't know. But see, this is the tube. So you fill this tube with pellets. Now you can fill it up with pellets, or you can put like the bagged, whatever you call it, the bagged uh, shredded wood, whatever the fuck it is, or you can put that in there. That doesn't. The pellets seem so much easier. You know, pellets seem easier, but it's set at 250. Usually I smoke at 225 or something. But with it being as cold as it is, I figure 250. I don't want to need to be out here any fucking longer than I need to. But we got a good fire going. We got that. But I don't need to be out here any longer than I need to. So we did. I could pop it to 275 in reality, but fuck it. Fuck it. How long has it been in? Well, that's a good question. That's a great fucking question. I don't fucking know. maybe an hour or so. It said 30 minutes a pound. I don't know how many fucking pounds it was. Um, because I didn't see the sticker. I asked the wife to unwrap it for me and pull out the shit, and then she threw everything away, and I couldn't find the tag. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. No idea. I'm gonna drop the link because I can't say I got a whole lot to fucking do. So or any of that. I really ain't got shit to talk about. To be honest with you, other than watching this fire and watching this turkey do its thing, and hopefully the turkey's fucking edible. 50-50 shot. Yeah, we're home for Christmas. We're gonna roll out Friday. We got a load book for Friday, and then we're gonna boogie back down to Florida, and then Florida, probably to Texas or fucking Arizona. Arizona would probably be a better place, considering that it wouldn't deliver till probably Friday. With the new year and everything, shit kind of gets a little tricky. So you got to be careful. Randall's in the basement watching TV or whatever. He's got to work this afternoon. He works like 3 to 1 in the morning or something like that. So he's just gonna relax and do his thing in there. Yeah, go where it's warm, baby. Fuck this winter. Fuck winter shit. One, it's not worth it. It's a little bit better money, but listen, the money don't pay when you're sitting in a fucking ditch and got a tow package and all that stuff. So we're just gonna stay down south. In fact, for the most part, that's all we do anyway. We would do the Virginia, West Virginia, the Carolinas and shit. We don't fuck around in the Midwest. I mean, unless we're going home, you know. Otherwise, we just don't. I mean, we've gone to Minnesota a few times and shit, but otherwise, it's we just stay down south. I mean, it's safer down there. It's I ain't got to worry. We still worry about the snow and or not snow so much, but some ice and shit. I get it, but it's not to the level of 80 being backed up. And we're talking 80 in fucking Illinois and Iowa. We're not talking 80 in Idaho and Wyoming and all this shit. We're talking fucking Midwest 80 being shut down and shit all fucked up to death. So no, that's I don't need that in my life. you know, you don't need that. I don't need it. Let's say Angel. It's just not worth it. There's Angel. You see her? Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, yeah, it could be good money, but I'm not. I'll chase the money that's safe money. I'm not going to put myself into another accident and another chance of getting this truck totaled out to for what? You know, for a couple $100 more. I mean, really, at the end of the day, for a couple grand a month more, maybe. It's just to me, it just doesn't seem like a wise decision. Now, when I was doing the winters before I got put people in my truck, I was just running like Illinois, Iowa, whatever, down to Florida or Texas, depending on which one paid more. You know, coming down and coming out. And I would just do out and backs. You know, I was doing okay doing that, but at this point, out and backs ain't gonna it's not gonna cut the cheese. I need the big time shit. You know what I'm saying? I need big money. I need to do a lot more than what I was doing 5 days a week. So yeah. So we gotta stay out longer, and it's easier to stay out longer when you're not stressed out about the snow and the weather and the storm that's coming or the storm you're in, and then loads get pushed out and canceled or you can't make it and you're dealing with all that bullshit, and now you're trying to get worked in because you're late to the appointment. It's just not. not worth the bullshit, Exactly, Manny. Work smart, I'm too old to be throwing chains on 80. Atlanta, dude, I'm with you. You know, one, I've never thrown chains, and two, I don't want to. I just don't want to. Like there was a load I was tempted to get out of going to Colorado. It was southern Colorado, and I thought I got to get socks, and the load was paying sufficiently enough that it would pay for the socks. And then I thought, why? I mean, why? And, it's just fuck it. I mean, crazy Chicago headed back to Atlanta for Christmas. There you go, Brett. At least you get home. Hopefully, Atlanta's only a day and a half drive. You'll be all right. Be all right, baby. Hopefully, you have a good Christmas. Can't stand winter anymore. Need to go to Vegas. I'm telling you to. See Vegas though. I think is well in order for me to get to Vegas. Do they require chains? Does Nevada require chains? It's when you can't drive in bad weather. It's that you can't drive in bad weather in the fact that other people can. I choose not to get in because I want my life in my truck. Exactly. I'm not worried about me having 18 wheels and you know being even 60,000 pounds. You're pretty good. You know, I'd rather be in a semi than in a car when it comes to being in the snow. But it's everyone else, and now you got all these foreigners. This might be the first time they even fucking see snow. You know, first time they even see snow. Trust me, they're fucking it. They're fucking up. I've got zero desire to fuck around with them at all. So, and then you got the four wheelers that think, oh, it's all wheel drive, or I've got 4-wheel drive, and they think they're unstoppable, and they're Tits McGee, and then they lose their shit. I mean, people can't even drive in the fucking rain. I mean, we got in our accident in the rain because some fucking 20-some-year-old kid couldn't couldn't manage his fucking life. You know, it's ridiculous. So it's not like it was snowing. It was raining, but I mean, this kid loses his shit, which then fucks me up. I mean, and the wife was worried, during that shit. But I said, listen. We need 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, the sun's gonna pop up, and it's gonna be a different story. Well, after the accident, in 5 minutes, it stopped raining, and the sun popped up, and everything was fucking kosher. All we had to do was hold on for 5 more fucking minutes. But this kid couldn't. He fucked up. You know. Heading to Vegas on Christmas, Jordan. Jeez whiz, that's awesome. That'd be awesome. I like it. I don't know if I'd want to be there for Christmas. Maybe it's quieter during Christmas. I guess I don't know if holidays are better in Vegas than on a normal day, but that'd be a good time. Oh, the foreigners are in the car too. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I got an Uber. What the hell was I getting done? I was at a Peterbilt dealership and I Ubered there. What the fuck was I getting done? Because I told the dude that dropped me off. Well, the first guy, he drove me to the shop, and I said, dude, is there like, can I give you a dollar amount that if it gets past that dollar amount, I don't have it? Like, oh, it was the wiring. The taillights weren't working on the trailer. And he says, my mechanic's leaving, and it was like the wire bus or something under the, uh, he was thinking it was wire bus underneath of the after treatment. So uh, they said that he might have to take the after treatment off. If he takes the after treatment off, it's a couple hours. We can have guys take the after treatment off now, and then he can get to it first thing in the morning, or You can wait for him to do it, and then blah blah bullshit. I said, well, let's wait. So the room they kicked me out at 10, and well, this is the second time that I got an Uber to. He was actually so okay. That's the wrong situation. That was another dude because he gave me a ride, but I got this Mexican chick twice. And I'm telling you, she didn't know how to use the turn signal. She hardly understood what stoplights meant. She was chaos. It was absolute fucking chaos, you know. But I'm a, you know, I don't I don't mind the illegals. I mean, I truly don't. Semi truck though, that's just we see how they are in a car. I just don't understand them being in a semi truck that they have the capacity. I'm not saying that they can't learn in a year or two. I mean, they'll learn. They'll talk to their other Indian friends or Arab friends or whatever, and they'll kind of learn shit. You know, I don't fucking know. But it's the problem with it is it's fucking up the trucking industry, right? Driving a car doesn't fuck up industries, right? It doesn't do anything. It's just another guy fucking driving. You know, it might fuck up the Uber market, but you know, there are more Uber drivers out there, more Lyft drivers out there, so they could fuck that up as well. But that's not life changing shit. But when it fucks up the trucking industry, because now you know, because it's all supply and demand, and when we start putting out more supply than the demand, obviously that's going to hurt the market. And of course, the accidents and the stupid shit that they're doing, and you know, that hurts us as well. And you know, the bags of shit they leave all over the place and the trash. But you can't blame all the foreigners for that because we fucked ourselves 100 ways to Sunday with. That's why Walmart won't touch us, and it ain't because of the fucking Indians. It ain't because of the foreigners. It's us. We did that. So we can only blame the foreigners for so much trash. We're we're a trashy culture as it is. You know, shitbags already. Holy shit! Merry Christmas, Britt. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much for that. Merry Christmas. But it's we've done that ourselves. The industry's been dirty for quite some time. Now the washing the feet and the blowing the snot and the fucking sinks and stuff. You see a lot of black people do that too. That don't mean necessarily mean they're African. I mean, they blow their nose in the sink and like oh, listen, I don't go into any bathroom to wash my face, uh, brush my teeth, and nor would I ever uh, wash my feet in the fucking sinks. Uh, and the whole bottles of water shit, that's you know that's a whole different level of what the fuck are you doing shit. But they do get shower credits. Maybe they don't understand that they get shower credit every time they fuel up. Maybe they don't. Maybe no one's ever told them. I don't fucking know. Uh, but I know there's other people that know that are still blowing their fucking nose in the goddamn sink. I don't understand that ritual of washing your face so vigorously that you're literally waterlogging yourself to so much water in your fucking nose you have to blow it out. Uh, I don't know how they got taught that or why they got taught that. I mean, listen, now I'll say this: every time I take a shit, I blow my nose about 100 fucking times. You know, for whatever reason, I take a shit, my nose runs. But I'm, I'm not doing it in the goddamn sink where other people wash their hands. I mean, some things are just fucking crazy. Yeah, it was the tail. There you go. The tail light wiring. Because I told him, I said, "There's gonna be a point I ain't got no more money because I just got done with wiring issues. First, it was marker lights, and then the second one was brake lights on the trailer. So, uh, yeah, I told him, I said, dude, there's a point, and I got a little choked up because I mean, this is not a fuck around, find out fucking moment. But I told him, I said, dude, I only have so much money. I said, at like say $1,000 or something, drop the tools and that's that. I don't have any more. You know, I said, can you assure me that you won't get over 1,000? Because if you come back with a $1,300 bill, I can't pay it. I don't have it. And he said, yeah. And then they took care of me, and it was under 1,000. I mean, not much, not much less than 1,000, but under 1,000, which I was grateful for. Right, I was grateful for. So you take your wins when you can. Take your wins. Yeah, they ride their camels. Those Dems taught all those foreigners how to do business illegally and take over states. They have kids to put them in politics. Y'all better wake up. I agree. Never understood that. Why you can't brush your teeth in your damn truck. We don't need to see all that. We really don't. The gargling, and then the tongue scrubbing and, like gagging yourself. It's not necessary, you know? Togo, what's up, baby? Enjoy. I love washing feet in the sink. Yeah. Uh, Good seeing you, Toga. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, the black people are infinite. I mean, they scrub their face rigorously and do the blowing of the nose. I don't understand it. Um, I've never tried it, so I don't know. Maybe it would be nice, to liquefy everything in your nostril and then be able to blow it out and then not have to blow your nose all day. Maybe it's nice, but I just don't. You're blowing your nose in the sink that somebody's going to be washing their hands, or they're going to be brushing their fucking teeth in it. Like, I don't understand anyone brushing their teeth in a fucking public restroom where there's fecal matter and urine and all that shit. And not just your fecal matter or urine, but somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? It ain't it. It ain't it. What do white people do? They blow their nose with toilet paper or Kleenex. That's it. Uh, they don't like vigorously scrub and shove water up their nose and then farmer blow it out in the sink. We don't do that. At least I don't. I mean, maybe there's white people that fucking do that. Maybe they learn because they watch them. I don't know. But I never found a reason why. I don't know. If it's your ritual, it's your ritual. But I remember, yeah, truck stops are already nasty. Yeah, but I've seen it like in like Viking shows, right? Where before they eat, they pass the bowl and then they wash their face. They fucking blow their snot in it, and then they pass the bowl, and the next guy washes their face and blows their snot. This is why wash your face at all. I mean, I just want to fucking puke thinking about it. Why would you? Why do you need to wash your face with snottied water? It's just beyond me. But enough of that. I mean, it is what it is, and it might be a cultural thing. It might be this is what I was raised to do, and who am I to fucking judge of what you do? I find it disgusting, but I choose not to brush my teeth in the fucking truck stop. So I don't have to deal with it, and I don't even shit in the truck stop anymore. So I don't have to deal with all that and the fucking bottles of water hanging out and unflushed toilets and people fucking grunting and shitting next door to me. I don't need to deal with any of that shit. So the only time I'm in the bathroom is after I get fuel. I wash my hands. That's it. You know, that's it. I've shit in a pillowcase before, Manny. I mean, it was an emergency case. I've had a shit in a fucking pillowcase. Oh, like a go exactly hailstorm, and then the guy you can just hear him grunting and shitting, and then all you hear is the paper towels once, or the toilet paper. You hear him wipe once, and then he's done. Now, motherfucker, you and I both know you ain't done. You know. You're not. Got some of my nerves as much as they try to keep themselves clean, and then they trash everything else. Exactly organized. Their states, their country is full of fucking garbage, and they discard garbage as if someone else is going to clean up after them. You know, I just don't understand. You know, yeah, you're safer using the water hose than fuel as a goddamn token. Yeah, or Atlanta said that. Yeah, yeah, favorite topic ever. Exactly. It's something before dinner or after dinner conversation before dessert because it's fucking nasty. And maybe the women's do that. Maybe the women do that too. I don't know. Maybe it's not just men. But the problem is, you don't see a lot of women foreigners. You know, it's all men. I mean, have you noticed? It's all fucking men. It's men, Arab men. It's not that they have their family in the truck with them. It's just them. You don't think that's odd that only male foreigners are coming here and not families? I can see if it's families, but it's not. It's just men. I don't know. Maybe they're looking for some fat white chick to marry him and give him citizenship. I don't know. They are nasty, Fran. I would buy a shower to shit in peace. Yes, exactly, Manny. You know, no, he ain't scared of shit, but sometimes, I don't know if Trump will, but there's some cases where his mouth is writing checks his ass can't cash, or if he can, it's at our expense. So I love it, but these guys are just waiting for getting another Democrat in. I mean, plain simple. Not sure I want to know what they're doing with a bottle of water. I think they pour it in their hand. They splash it on their ass. Worst case scenario, they're shoving it up their ass and then blowing it up their ass, and then they just shit in water. I'm not quite sure. We should ask. Like, inquiring minds need to know. What do you do with the water? Do you splash your tuchus with the water, or do you just shove that fucker up your ass and then just give it a good squeeze? That way, it just blows your bladder, your colon with fucking water, and then it's like an instant enema, and then all your poop just washes out, and you don't have to wipe so much because it's all watery shit and not a fucking turd you got to cut. You know, they come and work, take the money, and then go home. They've got no plans of immigrating. If they get into a job that produces a large amount of money, which is fucking the economy. Agreed. Yep. Shit and flush. Yep. Now, you people are the government. Yes, we are the fucking government. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've seen positive things, but tariffs we had before, and that's why we didn't pay income tax, right? And then the Democrats got in there and says, "Oh, we gotta, let these guys sell their shit here for free." And then, because you have to remember the industrial revolution, all this other shit, and we were the creator. We were the money, and we don't have that manufacturing anymore. Hopefully, we can bring it back, but we have these millennials and younger that don't want to work at all. Like, they want to do the job. They want to do the job of an AI. They want to work behind a desk. They want to play on a computer. None of them want to manufacture. They don't want a factory job, things of that nature. So there's already jobs, and that's where this that one dude from Dirty Jobs or whatever, he had mentioned this in an interview, and it makes sense. I don't know how many facts are in it. There seems to be some truth in it that there's jobs out here already we can't fill. So we bring in more industrial jobs. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Because these kids don't want to work for a living. They want to sit on their ass and be fucking content creators or do whatever on a computer or answer the phone. And those days are gone. Telemarketing, you know, that's all going to be AI. A lot of AI jobs are going to take that position over. Um, so who's going to do all this manufacturing? I don't know. I don't know. My hardest student was a Muslim. Stewie, what's up, baby? Democrats aren't getting the presidency as long as we stay on them, and then that's what we need to do, Fran. I mean, I think they fucked up. You know, let's see the smoked turkey. You want Mr. and Miss? Let's take a look. See, I gotta take a peekaboo at it anyway. This firewood actually burned fairly fucking quick, but I don't think it's ready for an oven. I'm just gonna wait for the popper to pop. You know, so more or less, I'm just using this electric smoker. Now, granted, I'm throwing smoke to it, but I'm using it more for an oven that is less likely to need shit. It's kind of getting dark, and this does not have a. Oh wait, it's got a light. Nope, it don't. Maybe it don't. You see it? I don't know if you see it. Popper's not popped yet. Popper's not popped yet. You used to have a light bulb. Maybe it. Maybe it don't. I don't know. It's got a light bulb. I don't fucking know. Anywho, so it's been. I had it set for 15 hours. So it's been going for 2 hours. Sitting at 249. So they say, I don't know, half hour a pound. I don't know how many pounds it is. So we're there. We don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. So I'm just going to wait for the popper to pop, and then I'll stick it with my little fucking probe, and then call it a fucking day. But yeah, I think I need to get some more wood. That fucking burned too quick. I wonder why I struggle with fucking wood. In my exercise. It's getting chillier. My hands are getting cold. I need to get for Christmas is one of those fucking, what are they, like canvas little fucking like little hoops. It's got handles on it, so then you fill up that canvas with firewood, and then you just carry it into the house. That's what I need. Of course, I'll never get one, but in theory, that is what is required. Just to make it easy on my old ass. Yeah, that's a good set of coals. I should have fucking put the turkey over this. Oh shit. Drop the phone. Ah, damn. Move my chair up. Fucking A. Got cold. Supposed to be getting warmer. Whew. Talk about Mike Rowe. He's got a couple charities for helping people to get into vocational jobs. There you go. Create more robots. Yeah, probably. I think AI is going to do all that much of a takeover. We said the same thing about every new thing, yet you still do those jobs. They just help out. Yeah, I agree. G-Dub, what's up, baby? Internal temp should be 160. All right. I've got the probe. I got the thermal spike, but motherfucker's never charged when I need it, you know, which is bullshit. Motherfucker's always dead. It should hold a charge, but it don't. Just getting loaded. All these places want their freaking chemicals before the holidays. Shit, yeah, absolutely. Manager knows that they can't leave everyone jobless and hopeless to save their position. So it's going to be happen. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I need a keg for Christmas. Absolutely, baby. He's going to decorate his balls for the holiday. When's your next SoCal live? Um, I don't know. SoCal was talking about going live later today, but I don't. I might be talked out. You know, there's so much of my own voice I can handle before I just bail the fuck out. So he said, "Well, you can come in on my live stream." I said, "I don't. I ain't making any promises because I may not be interested uh, in talking anymore." You know, yes, you see my pro, you like it. Car industry is about to explode. Some plenty of jobs there. That would be sweet. Yeah, another SoCal live. Yeah, he's going about every day. He's pretty consistent, to say the least. But yeah, I think he's gonna go live again today. I don't know what his topic was. He never said. I don't think he told me what it was. I have no idea. But yeah, no idea. But we'll see. Unlikely, but you never know. It all depends. You know, if it turns out where this, this live's not going anywhere, I mean, I'll just get out of here. You know, save you the save you the problems. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I ain't got a whole lot to talk about. It's just I'm fucking smoking a turkey, and I didn't want to go upstairs, be in the wife's way, and I got this fire going and shit. So I figure I'll go live. I can hang out. If you go back to making those two-seater small trucks, I'd be so happy. I seen that today on Instagram or something. Um, Suzuki, I think it is. Suzuki's, they've got that two-seater little pickup truck, little three-cylinder truck. Starts at $7,000. Four-wheel drive, all the options was $11,000. Now, if they do that, you can get a dump truck on it. You can do whatever you want. So if they do that, and Trump's talking about bringing shit like that back, so that'd be awesome. Will Chicago Bears make it to the Super Bowl? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. You know how to make a live work, James, King of Lives. I don't know, Fran. I need to drop the link and get other people in here because the reason why I don't go long is because I'm doing all the fucking talking, and I just can't do all the fucking talking. To be quite fucking honest with you. Now, how do I cop? Where do I go to get the fucking thing? I had the link in here before. If I scroll up, maybe I'll find it and see if I can't copy it. Because I just ain't got enough in me. Oh, give a fuck. No, maybe I didn't drop the link. How the fuck do you do it on their phone now? That's the problem. Is that? I don't know what that is. These are files. Maybe if I here on the background sounds, background music and shit, banners. I don't know how to get the fucking link. Apocalypse, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas, man. Too much talky talk. James don't get drinky poo. That's right. I don't. Yes, I don't. Exactly. I don't get drinky poo if I'm doing all the talking. You know, no filming. I get that, brother. It's gay if a woman eats a man's. Oh, it's not, absolutely not Arabian. If you, I mean, I've had it done. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Nope, it's not gay at all. It's not gay at all. I love it. Where is the fucking link in this thing? Is it in here? No. Oh, it's down here. There we go. All right, I found it. Yeah, I think I did it. Don't mention gay stuff. Certain people will freak out and leave. Listen, I love the gays. I love the gays. And if a chick eats your ass, now, eating your ass is one thing. Is it okay for the chick then to put a strap on and then fuck you? No, that's not okay. Nope, that's not okay. But if a chick wants to fucking eat my ass, by all means, baby, get up in there. I love it. Get in there and eat that ass, give it a little couple tugs. Fuck it. But if she's thinking that foreplay is going to turn into the full raw fucking me, no, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Prostate massages. I've never had one of those either. That's used. That involves like deep penetration. I'm not down with that either. But you know, eat my ass. I'm down with that. Two fingers in the ass while she's eating it is gay. But if it's your first time, start with one. Oh, it's not gay. All I see is a dollar sign there. Yeah, start with one finger if she's eating your ass. We haven't gone that far of getting finger blasted. I've never been finger blasted. you know. And honestly, I think, listen, all that ass eating shit, that was years ago when it was still kinky sex. Like how you get a new girlfriend or whatever, you just, you fucking do everything. But 25 fucking years, listen, that game is left. That's no longer in play. So yes, if you look at my fat ass right now and think, oh God, somebody ate his ass, that's disgusting. I would agree. I would agree. Today, eating my ass would be disgusting. 25 years ago, no. 25 years ago, yes, I would have had multiple women willing to eat my ass. But yeah, today, no. No one's eating my ass today. I'm too peculiar, too bulbous. I've got this weight I can't seem to fucking get rid of, which, and I've cut down on beers. Obviously, I've cut down on beers, but, we get older, our metabolism slows down, and, you know, and our activities as truck drivers and things of that nature isn't really all that much. And listen, I spent months at the fucking gym, and, you know, who gives a fuck? I mean, maybe my heart would be stronger, I'd be cardiovascularly better, but I mean, how much cardiovascular does one man need in a day? You know what I'm saying? None. You know, as long as I can still walk up a set of stairs, not pass the fuck out, I'm fit. If I can still fuck for my 3 minutes, I'm fit. You know? Yeah. So in a summary, you're saying technically I still have a chance. It's plausible. It's plausible. You know, it all depends. Yeah. I mean, if it's in the correct situations, you know, my ass is still edible, but you're probably going to have to be in a couple fifths. I'm going to say. I, I I wouldn't eat my ass. I wouldn't eat my own ass. I'm too old. And I think once you start hitting the 50s, the sex just kind of it's not as erotic as it was when you first met. You know, it's not as fucking rambunctious and exciting. It's just at this point, it's just sex. It's getting the poison out. That's it. It's that or masturbate. That's all it is at this point. And masturbating is just, I mean, you do it if you have to, but fuck it, if you don't have to, why do it? You know, why do it if you don't have to? But if you're in the truck by yourself, well, yeah, you're gonna. you're going to manhandle yourself probably often. But yeah, it just, you just don't have to. But sometimes you want to, right? Sometimes fucking is too much. Or maybe you fuck and it's been a while and you think, well, fuck, I could go one more round and then, go rock a second one out. I mean, that's plausible. You could do that if you wanted to, I guess. But sometimes we're lucky we get the one off, much less going for round two, you know? Check my prostate daily. Better safe than sorry. I've never had my prostate checked. And like now they're saying not to even do it, like colonoscopy and shit. Now they're saying, it used to be like when you were like 50 or 45 or something, they were saying do it. But now doctors are saying don't do it because that camera up your ass causes, in some cases, potential of more problems than not doing it at all. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. Uh, I don't need a colonoscopy. Um, I'm just going to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to roll with it. I think if cancer is in my thing, then cancer is in my thing. You know, if it's in my DNA, if it's in my future, if that's the way it's going to be, um, I'll do a little bit like my dad. My dad got cancer, and he did a couple chemo washes. What that is, I don't know, but it went into remission, and then it came back, and then it got in his blood. So once it hitchhikes into your blood, you know, it just goes wherever the fuck it wants to go. At that point, chemo really isn't even going to do anything. So, and dad says, I'm not going through chemo. I'm not, he ain't going to do any of that shit. So he just let it eat him up, you know, and that's probably my action will be is I'll enjoy what I have left, you know, and what time left I'll enjoy. But to go through all this, uh, you're a stronger individual than I am because as much as I enjoy living, uh, I don't have the fight in me. I'm not suicidal, but I'm kind of open arm also. Like whenever my number is called, it's called. Uh, yeah, don't cry for me. Don't cry for me because it's been fun, but you know I'd rather go out on top. My dad. I mean, he kind of went on. I mean, he had a full life. I like to have a full life before I go. I would like that because you only get one shot out of it. And if you figure the average male age is 72 years old, um, that's 72 seasons. Changes, right? So you get 72 winters, 72 falls, 72 summers, 72 springs, and when you think of it that way, you really don't have a lot of fucking time. We don't have a lot of time on Earth. So we do get preoccupied about just today, you know. And I get it. Today's today, tomorrow's problems will worry about themselves tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And you can only worry about today's problems. And yesterday's problems, well, they're off the table. They don't even deserve any concern. But when we get so consumed in what's going on today, time flies by and then you've done nothing. And and we honestly, when your days are numbered and like today's just sitting around doing fucking nothing, it's a complete waste of a day. Now, if somebody told me, listen, James, you got 7 days, this is one thing I probably would not be doing. But since I'm blind and don't know when I'm gonna fucking go, well, then you think that the end of the end will never come, or the end is going to be, years from now. But fuck it, to each his own, you know. But in the event that I ever get fucking colon cancer or any other cancer, I'll probably just spend as much time as I can with family, and when I go, I go. You know, it's not so much the cancer that's painful; it's the uh, it's the chemo. The chemo is what kills you. I mean, and it literally does. It literally kills you. And I don't know if I have the endurance to put up to do that. Would you rather eat a fat, ugly woman's ass or a cute lady boy's butt? Oh, Arabian. That's a tough call, huh? I know I ain't gonna eat no fat, ugly woman's ass, so I guess the odds would be better on a lady boy, wouldn't it? But knowing that your tongue is so close to a set of balls and a fucking dick, uh, that's kind of fucking nasty too. So, you know, yeah. But blindfolded, yeah, ladyboy ass is going to be more attractive to me than a big fat fucking tub of shit. I definitely cry for you. What are you talking about? Yeah, yeah. Well, don't. You know, you got 30 more years. I might. I mean, 30 would be 83 or 82. I don't know if I got that in me. Cut the carbs and the plants out. You'll be fine. But see, I love the carbs, you know, and I love the plants. So in that theory, though, would I want to live longer but then not eat or do what I want? I don't know. Like if a doctor told me, says, James, you can't drink beer anymore, like ever, not casually drink, never. You can never touch it again, or you're gonna die. Well, I think I'm gonna take my chances because uh, you know, like this carb diets and shit. Like you telling me that I'm never gonna eat spaghetti again? Are you telling me that I'm never gonna eat pizza with real crust again? Come on, who we fooling? You know, it's not going to happen. Uh, Started that, went from 325 to 265. There you go. You didn't miss a whole lot, Britt. Why choose? James would take both. There you go. I just listen. I've tried to have sex with a fat chick and I couldn't. I thought I could and I couldn't. You know. Keep paying the phone down so we can see GW. Oh, there's the top of his head. Prostate cancer, fuck all that. I'll just take my some turkey breast, mashed potatoes on gravy, deviled eggs, and some James Best on the YouTube. There you go, Rig Pig. There you go. I mean, just enjoy yourself and fucking have at it. They give you a legal reason to be able to smoke pot, and they're doing a Schedule 3, but it's going to be a while, I think, before they take it off where we don't get drug tested for it. But hell, you never know. I might stop drinking beer altogether and just smoke a blunt or a fucking water bong. Take a couple pulls off a water bong. Might do me just fine versus drinking beer. So hell, you don't know. You don't know. I've had a lot of sex with fat chicks. It can be awesome. Uh, wow. Plants don't love us. That's why you have to cook the shit out of it. The plant thinks you're trying to kill them, so they get you first. The insects, they don't even eat that shit. Really? What about really? I mean, that would make sense, right, Fran? But I mean, like raw broccoli, raw carrots, you know? I don't know. FMC or FMCSA has already said CDLs will not be allowed the drug extension. Well, that's going to change. Listen, if you can have that diabetic who's got blue legs, who needs to take a step ladder to get into his truck, uh, if that guy is safe behind the wheel, I don't know what has anything to do with somebody smoking a joint on a 34 reset. I don't, I don't. Now, of course, you have to be responsible, right? You have to be responsible. You can't smoke it while you're driving, all that other stuff. Where maybe some of these road thugs, they're already doing that. So it's possible that these guys will have an issue. The guys that are on the SAP programs might have an issue controlling themselves. But you and I mean, just like I'll drink beer on a 34 reset, but I ain't driving down the road with beer in my truck. And I'm surely fucking not driving down the road drinking a beer. But I can definitely control myself to not do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I can control myself with alcohol, then surely having a joint or having a fucking couple hits on a fucking bong isn't gonna fucking do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, you're stoned for what, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes? I mean, it's enough to take an edge off. I mean, just like drinking beer, how long is one drunk? And like on a normal thing? Not very long, because 99% of the time you just go to fucking bed. You know? You go to fucking bed. If you think about it, the person eating healthy and working out every day will also die. That's true, Alex. That's that's very true. That's very true. Broccoli's the worst, dude. I love broccoli, man. I could eat broccoli. I love broccoli. I don't know how. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I love broccoli, man. TJ Boulder Woods, what's up? Granddaughter likes to watch insects on Disney. I think it's on, and the plants try to kill them. The insects won't touch it, but our dumbasses want to eat it. Insane. That's true. Ah, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of it that way. But I mean, we feed our animals and that shit, and then we eat the animal. So, you know, sooner or later we're eating it. I don't know, but I love veggies. I mean, I truly do love veggies. But yeah, but you also see like vegetarians are fat. Well, how does that happen? I mean, they're probably inflamed, right? They might just be inflamed because of all the veggies. Like the singer from Smashing Pumpkins, he's a vegetarian and he struggles with his weight, but it might not be weight. It might be inflammation, you know? How do some drivers pass a physical? Exactly, Atlanta. I mean, exactly. So you tell me that that guy's okay having a diabetic coma. Like the chances of having a diabetic coma is pretty fucking strong, or a heart attack, or a stroke, very, very high. But they can drive. But God forbid if I smoke a bowl on a 34 reset or have a gummy before bed. Like, who wakes up stoned? Now, people have woke up drunk, right? People have woke up drunk, but how many have woke up stoned? None. None. Nobody. So it's nonsense. I think it should just be not tested. And the fact of the matter is that shit can hang on for months, right? Depending on your fat, how much you smoke. I mean, you could literally be months, and what you did like in your vacation can haunt you a month later. You know, it's insanity. They pull the CDL for heart issues. Oh yeah, diabetic comas they don't. You know, people like Team Tiny drive semi trucks drunk. I don't think Tiny drinks. I don't think he. I mean, Tiny's a good fucking drinker, but do you really think he drives drunk? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I don't think he's that guy. I'd like to think he's not that guy. Inflamed fupa, maybe, maybe, right? That's true. They could drive on prescription drugs and all that. It's not safe either. Exactly, man. Exactly right. She's getting fucking. She's getting pretty brown now. The popper's not popping yet. I wish the fucker would, because I'm getting cold, man, and I don't need to get fucking sick. I don't need to get fucking sick. So I might have to fucking call it, boys. I might have to fucking call it because I'm getting colder and colder. This fire ain't cutting it, and this beer ain't helping. I'm getting a fucking headache, but I'll let this fire go out a little bit more because I don't want to. I don't want to have a fire that I got to fucking babysit and the fucking smoker. So move this chair up to make my beer a little more accessible. Oh, I'm getting old, but I need to move this chair up further too. I need to get a smokeless fire pit, dude. Those now they take a little while to get where they're not. What the fuck did I do? Broke the goddamn lighter. Oh, that fucking piece of shit box. Um, my mom got one for Thanksgiving, and it took a little while to get it hot enough to where it didn't smoke. And man, it was nice. It was nice. I like to get one of those. Now this one isn't smoking too much, but it is smoking and it does get in my face, and that might be why I'm getting a headache. But do the live inside. Well, the wife's upstairs. Randall's downstairs. Um, there's just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Welcome back. Put on warm boots. Well, I got my little grandpa fucking Skechers slip-ons. You know, I should button up my coat. Yeah, good thinking. That's probably why I'm cold. Good thinking, TJ. Yeah, what a fucking idiot. I should have done that a long time ago, huh? Look at dumbass. Maybe I should have started with that. uh, it's less than 40. It's less than 40 for sure. But the air's not blowing so bad. Oh, that feels better already, TJ. I should have had some gloves, but I don't have any gloves. Wife packs all that shit away, and then she hasn't unpacked it. Your 12-hour streams got me through a lot of long days at work. Well, welcome back. I appreciate that, brother. I don't know if I ever got a 12-hour live stream in me again. I mean, I'd have to get my studio back or something. Sitting outside doing 12-hour live streams, you just don't do it for me, because the phone sucks. Holding the phone, this whole fucking thing is a fucking hot mess. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I get tired of holding the goddamn phone. Then I got to worry about this battery pack, this fucking battery pack just to keep this motherfucker charged. And it's just more work than it's necessarily needs to be required. And honestly, as much as I loved YouTube in the fucking past, I just don't know if it's fucking worth it anymore. I mean, not worth it like I was making a fucking living off of it, but is it worth it? I mean, what is there to fucking talk about? That's the hard part. I mean, if I'm in the fucking bag, I can just talk about anything. But the reality is I don't get in the fucking bag that much anymore. So it's like I can't remember the last time I got fucked up. I got fucked up with Randall at fucking bar, and Randall just triggers me, and I ended up, you know, walking out of the fucking bar and not paying the fucking tab, and it turned into a fucking hot mess, and I don't want that, you know, and I don't want that shit in my life, you know. Randall wanted to go to the bar and watch the game in the bar, and it's like, dude, I'm not going to the fucking bar, you know. I'll get too fucked up, and I'm not looking to be that guy, you know, getting fucking hemmed up and shit. I got shit to do. I mean, I it was different when, you know, you have contractors and you got really virtually nothing else to do. And listen, I drink when I'm bored. I'll be quite fucking honest with you. I'll drink when I'm fucking bored. And, today's one of those days, you know, and watching the game, I think I maybe had maybe 6 beers yesterday. If I watching the game with Rand, Saturday the game was on. I think maybe I drank 11 beers the day before. And I'm on 2 beers. This is my second. I'm going on a third beer now. So, and once I go inside, the beer drinking will be over. I mean, it's just I don't know. And I don't socialize a lot, and YouTube is socializing to me. I mean, because I don't, other than talking on the phone all fucking day with people or being in Zello or doing that shit, I don't have a whole lot of opportunity to, just shoot shit with people. So then that's what YouTube is for me. But like making big moves or changes or doing anything or having any big topics to talk about or any of that shit, I ain't got nothing for you. So I'm kind of, I mean, I'm out of my prime as far as, YouTube is. I just, I'm not that guy and I don't want to be that guy. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, but I would say 99% of the time that I was going on a 12-hour, 16-hour fucking rant. Um, I regretted every fucking minute of it. Or, in the morning, I regretted it. Like I had more days woke up embarrassed of myself and full of regret because of what I may not have said or done. And, as it is entertaining to you, I still have to fucking live with it. You know, the shit I've been talking about or have talked about and the shit I've said about people or to people. And that's just not my jam. It's not shit I want to fucking do. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy fucking ranting, but that rant tends to get out of fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? That shit it goes off the fucking rail, and then then it's just a soup sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's just a soup sandwich after that. Entertaining as it may be, uh, all things come at a cost, and then that it costs me a lot. You know, in my opinion, it costs me a lot. Hangxiety, it's a real thing. It might be triple V and a C. It might be a real thing. Hangxiety. Yeah, I like to hang out with people. I like to do shit. And I like to hang out with you guys and just shoot shit and drink beer. Otherwise, I'd be sitting out here by myself, which is also fine, right? Get some me time because, the wife and I are in the truck. But sometimes I get quite a bit of me time. And then sometimes, my phone just blows up all day and I don't get a lot of me time, which sometimes, but in most time, I appreciate that anyway. Um, but, I can just sit here and watch the fucking fire and just drink beer and get lost in my thoughts or whatever. I mean, but I don't know. I still enjoy coming on here from time to time, but it ain't gonna be too much. Tell us about the lap dance at Matt's. Atlanta, that was something else, wasn't it? Now, I'm not a comfortable person when it comes to that. I've stopped going to titty bars. Oh, shit. Before I met Lorraine, I was kind of getting the titty bar scene. Because after, you mean when you're no longer single, titty bars just ain't it. You know, the lap dances and stuff. You know, I don't know. Katie's a good looking woman, but she's a sweetheart. She absolutely is a fucking sweetheart. But it's not comfortable. You know, it was awkward. It was awkward, but it was a good time hanging out with those guys. Those guys know how to fucking party. I mean, god damn, I can't keep up. I mean, everyone thinks I fucking drink and do all this partying and high energy ruckus. I am not. I'm not that. I'm not, dude. I am not high energy. Fucking let's go fucking party. I'm not that guy. Now in Vegas, I could drink all day and just and just do Vegas shit, but it ain't. It never gets to the level of rowdy. Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here. No, I'm not that guy. You know, I'm good at just hanging out in one spot or one area and kind of just do my thing. I don't need to go everywhere and see everything and be half in the bag doing it. But man, those kids know how to fucking party. They're like nonstop. Me at a truck show, dude, I'm sitting in a fucking umbrella chair, hanging out with people, and that's it. That's it. We're not going bar hopping. We're not doing fucking karaoke. I'm not doing nothing. I'm sitting at fucking in either in someone's trailer or in the parking lot and just hanging out, talking and drinking. Having a good time. Nothing crazy. And we did do a little bit of that at Matt's, but not as much as I like to do. Not as much as I'd like to do. Titty bars and cat houses are a young man's game. I agree, Rig Pay. Like titties and pussies and asses don't. I mean, they're great to look at, dude, but I don't need you rubbing up on me. You know, I don't. I'll look at tits and ass. I'll look at tits and ass all day of my life. I will look at tits and ass, but I don't need them in my face. You know. Charles, Merry Christmas to you, James, and your family. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. There you go, Charles. Appreciate that, brother. You'd have to watch what you do on these internets. It can either make you rich or make you lose everything. Just look what happened to the lady that's worked at Target. I have no idea. The lady that worked at Target. Don't regret the past. Just learn from it. We all made mistakes. Absolutely, TJ. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't lose sleep over it. I just know that I've done some outlandish fucking things that not necessarily proud of. Now I've done some good things also, right? I've done some good things, but what I tend to remember are the bad things, But a lot of good things have come out of YouTube as well. I don't deny that at all. But the regret hangs. The regret lingers more than the truly good times. But and I think YouTube back then was at its maybe at its prime for me and a lot of other people that I think is just not going to happen again. Like those days are gone. Like I don't know if you can get it back. And it wasn't like it was that like 20 years ago. I mean it wasn't that long ago, but I think a lot of shit's changed. You know the circle of people have changed and the relevancy of this is changed. You know, I think I think the people that are watching right now are the ones that watched, 2 years ago or whatever when we were all having a good fucking time or doing whatever, and they come back to maybe reminisce on that or maybe get a little second wind of it. But I don't know if it'll ever be there. You know, and again, I don't know if I don't know if I really want it there again. You know, I mean, I love the trucking industry and I love talking about it, but how much can you talk about? Like really, how much can you talk about? I mean, if I was in the news every day and I could make comments or do videos on the news and my opinion and shit, sure, that might be relevant, but I'm not. I'm too busy booking the next load and surviving the next day, you know. So I don't have the the ability or the desire, I guess, to read shit that's legislation as whether or not they're going to do it or not do it. And the fact of the matter that nothing has ever fucking changed in our favor yet, right? Nothing is in our favor. You know, they say, oh, the 2 hour pause. No, it's not. That's not in our favor. It wasn't designed to be in our favor. Sure, we might benefit it from time to time, but who really benefits? Who really benefits? It's not us. It's not us. YouTube was badass back in the day. Yeah, it was, Triple. It was. But it's kind of lame-o right now, you know? And I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to bring YouTube back, you know, to where it was that we remember it. And maybe it's, you got to let the younger kids come in and do their fucking thing. And, you know, the hot chicks and the good-looking young guys, you know, that are getting all the fucking traction now. And the fat old men are kind of going to the wayside. And, you know, I don't fucking know. I love coming on and just, you know, shooting shit and, you know, and passing time, you know, and still building friendships and relationships off of this because this YouTube has been fantastic for me. I mean, it really has. The friends, the people that I've met off of this YouTube channel, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. Like I'm never going to not be on YouTube. I'm not going to be relevant. I understand that 100 fucking percent. I won't ever be. Not that I ever thought I was relevant, but I think maybe in the beginning, you know, when the market was good and there was a lot of things changing, you know, doing lease operator to owner operator to lease now with Jeff and getting my own authority and bringing on contractors and shit like that. It's, for a little while, having a brokerage. That you know, when you're making moves like that, then you have shit to talk about. But when you're just doing the daily grind of any other truck driver out here, then my experience is going to be no different than anybody else's experience out here for the most part. There's not a whole lot of fucking talk about, you know, and there's no really teachable fucking moments for the most part. And I can't say, I mean, other than a couple recorded videos I had, I can't really say I was all that big in teachable moments. Maybe, maybe motivated a couple people uh, to do it, or you know, to go to the next level or something, which is fantastic. But I don't know. I think it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. But like I said, I don't think I'll ever be away from YouTube. But I mean, at the end of the day, who wants to see a 52-year-old? I don't want to be Willie's Pub. Okay, I don't. I don't want to be Willie's Pub. Much more strict now. Yeah, you got that too. You got that too. We were able to make it to Cali recently. I believe you were talking about wanting to go on your fast or your last live feed. I was looking at Cali, but no, I did not. I did not because on that, I think on that load, maybe or maybe not. We were going to Buckeye, Arizona. Yeah, it was that live feed because we were going to Buckeye, Arizona. Now going to Cali from Buckeye is not too horrible, um, and we could have done that. But I know if I go to Cali, I'm going to want to fucking hang out with SoCal, and that's going to end up being a couple days, and we just ain't got the money uh, to take that time off. So I'll probably and yeah, I mean from Arizona you could get a fair rate to go to Cali, but I need to get smog tested and all that shit. And I just don't, I don't want to fuck with all that shit. So very unlikely we're going to go there. But you never know. You never know. 2026 is going to be a good year. Seeing signs. There you go, Sean. I believe it's going to be also, um, especially for me. I mean, market wise, I hope it is. For me, I think next year would be good. We're finally hammering down the shit that's broken on this fucking trailer, the truck, and we're getting a little bit of daylight, a little bit of daylight. So if we continue doing that, um, yeah, next year should be pretty fucking good for us. I've been watching for too many years. I hear you, brother. I liked when you shit on RVT and his wife on the shower. Uh, no, the wife was in the bathtub, Arabian Night. Yeah. Was it that? I mean, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but I mean, but every time I hear about it, it just, poof, just blows my fucking mind. Like, I'm going to fucking prostitute my wife out here for some views. I'm just not been that guy. I'll never be that guy. I mean, I don't give a fuck if I just don't need the views that bad. You know what I'm saying? I just don't need the views that bad. To have my wife sit in a fucking bathtub for whatever it was, hour, 2 hours, you tell me that she never got cold or uncomfortable or the fact that the bubbles started popping? Why would you do that to your wife? Your new love of your life. How could you, you know, it won't expose her that way, but to exploit her that way? I just wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I would never do that. Super liberal went after 70-year-old while she was working at Target because she wore a red uh, Charlie Kirk shirt. She cussed her out. Uh, Brought to Arizona, they raised over 200K for her vacation. There you go. Oh, they raised her 200K for the bitch that was bitching out an old lady. No, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Mega carriers been fit for the 2 hour break. Exactly. Benefit. Absolutely, they do. Let's say OTR, they got 700 trucks and they get to have a 2 hour break in each one of those trucks. You just increased capacity by 100 trucks and they didn't have to purchase a single truck. And it happened overnight. You know what I'm saying? It happened as soon as they passed it. Hey, you can have a 2 hour pause. They just gained potentially. I'm not saying that they are because they do a lot of drop and hook and shit, but they could potentially have gained the availability of 100 more trucks without not without hiring a single person or buying one single fucking truck. That's that's the crazy part. But that's the same mind fucking thinking when people vote on, yeah, we need to take it out on the truck driver. We need to charge more tolls in New York, and we need to do this and that. They don't realize how the system works. When people vote for, minimum wage isn't a livable wage. Well, it's never supposed to have been, right? It was never supposed to be. And then we vote for minimum wage to go up, which then does what? Decreases jobs, increases the cost of the product, which we end up paying for, and everything goes up. So the buying power you once had with minimum wage at the current level, you had more buying power then than you did when you make more money from a raised minimum wage. But see, people don't understand any of that. So they vote for it blindly, thinking that, oh, make the trucks pay for it. That way I don't have to. Give them a livable wage so I can make more money. But the reality is you're not going to have more money. You might have money for a week until everything catches up, or a month. But it all comes out of your ass at the end of the fucking day. Every tax is paid by us. regardless who's taxed, we're paying for it. If you start taxing the corporations, who's going to pay for that? We will. We will. But we don't create jobs. Corporations with a tax break do create jobs. So who do you want to give the tax break to? The person who knows how to use those tax breaks to create more jobs. Giving a tax break to you doesn't do the community any good or the populous public. It does no one any good but you. It's nonsense. So Cal bring it back? He might. I mean, I mean, he might. I hope he does. I hope he does. I just don't know. I mean, the topic of trucking and shit. I mean, how many times can you talk about it and anybody give a fuck? I mean, there's always new people, but new people are going to look for newer people, you know, or they're going to look at people that are doing it or that they're already watching and then they're starting to do it. Then they'll watch them. But how does one gain traction and start bringing in younger business minded CDL holders? How does one gain traction doing that? Because if you're going to do that, then you need to be able to stay on topic. You're going to have to actually, when they leave, have to leave with something to consider or think about or to do. But if it's going to be a hog mog of everybody in the chat talking however they want to fucking talk, nobody's leaving with anything because it never stays on topic. It never does anything. And it's going to be difficult to really do anything. I mean, it's going to be difficult to acquire new people, especially if they're out of the loop of everything, right? If they don't understand what the fuck you're talking about or who you're talking about, they're not going to really hang out too long because they're out of the loop and it's like this is no benefit to me. But I mean, if you can put down some serious shit and get someone to want to do something, yeah, absolutely. Liberal cusses the lady out. The lady was really nice to her, just like Charlie was to people who disrespected him. Yeah, he's helped a lot of folks. Especially, I mean, I understand at the time, maybe back in the day I did, or maybe I was able to plant a fucking seed so I could show people how not difficult it had to be, right? It didn't have to be difficult. You didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You didn't have to worry about how much money was in your bank account to be able to survive the next week or the next load. But then you got guys out here that's all cash is king, cash is king. Well, cash is great if you have it. And I'm not saying live off your credit card. Eventually you want to wean yourself off the credit card and then have all your maintenance paid by cash. I get it. But in the beginning, you need to stay in business. And your cash revenue alone may not be enough to keep you in business. And you have to build that credit. You have to learn how to build the credit. You have to learn how to respect the fucking credit and to acquire it. Because that fucking card might be the only thing that's going to keep you from delivering that load. Because, I mean, we're not rich out here. And yeah, we might get a load that pays 3,500. You might have only, $800 in fuel, but we also have bills. You also have fucking bills. And that might cover a $2,000 breakdown. But is it going to cover a $3,000 breakdown? No, it's not. It's not. So it's a tough, and this is my opinion of how I mean, this is how I ran it. Now, granted, the credit shit, that all went away because, I mean, our economy, things of that nature. It happened again during COVID. So it's not nothing new, but I'm in a hell of a lot worse situation I was then. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's still survivable out here because again, with me running on cash only, my equipment is. I mean, I'm still able to stay on top of my equipment and still able to pay bills. It's just difficult and it's stressful. Now, I'm coming out with a set of skills already. Someone new coming out is going to freak the fuck out and they're going to panic and they're going to make bad decisions and they're not going to survive. I set up more of the survival, the long term to be able to survive and be able to float yourself the ability to stay in business for another week or 2 weeks or whatever, and then have that ability to borrow money and then pay those payments back. Because honestly, if you buy a set of tires, $1,400 for one axle, well, that axle should last you 2 years. So in theory, if you paid that $1,400 in 14 months, well, then you're still good. Then yes, because you paid them off before you need another set of fucking tires. See what I'm saying? So, and people say, "Oh, you own credit," but listen, you're still paying payments on insurance. So that 9 times out of 10, that's credit, right? You're paying to use it. That's interest. Use a fuel card. That's credit. I mean, there's a lot of things that we're still using. That's credit. That I'm cash only, cash only. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not. I don't know why people hate credit so bad. And the people that hate it can't get it. The people that hate it don't have it or can't get it because they fucked it up. And I fucked up my credit many fucking times, but that doesn't mean it's not rebuildable. It is rebuildable, but a lot of it's impatience. You know, I don't believe in cash trucks. And when I think cash trucks is what my opinion of a cash truck is. 10, 15 grand. That's a cash truck. 100,000, not a cash truck. Not a cash truck. If you got 100 grand sitting around, why would you give a fuck if you financed it? You got 100 fucking grand. You tell me that you couldn't invest that 100 grand. Put the 20% down, so that's 20 grand. So you have 80 grand left. You telling me that you can't find an investment for that 80 grand that will cover and pay more than the interest that you're paying on your loan? You can't get a return for that 80 grand. That you'd rather just spend 100 grand? No. Spend the 20% down, invest the 80% or the 80,000 and make that 80,000 pay you. Why would you pay 100,000 cash for a truck? Make your money make money. Use other people's money. Use other people's money. Like if you've got 100 grand, any bank in the world will borrow you the fucking money if you put 50% down. Then you're building credit. You're building, you know, we're just not going to keep buying fucking brand new trailers with cash. It's just not happening. You're going to have lines of credit. Even Schneider fucking uses credit. I mean, they have their own bank now, but it's just, we're not megas. Why do we keep thinking that we can do what megas do? Like trade our truck in every 400,000 miles. Why are we under the impression that we can do that? That's ignorance. That's ignorance. The story of Willie getting blown in the uncle was a fucking epic. Oh God, Arabian. That's the only time that I woke up fucking drunk and went live again because I could not get that out of my fucking brain. I mean, that was, oh, that was a rabbit hole, brother. God damn, that was it. That smog shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, when I go to see my 5 people, I need to have a half pocket full of cash, just me. Fuck yeah. She is not all that. You had epic moments. Yeah, Manny, we had some good times. No question about it, bro. We've had good times. Happy to hear that you're doing well, TJ. Sorry for the late reply. Everyone's doing great. Appreciate it. There you go. Cash is important for sure, but your credit score is way more important than anything else. Both of them different, and we don't have to compare them with each other. I agree 100%, Toga. You know, your cash truck won't break down if you get 70K in customizations before your first load. It's true. James, you calling SoCal a liar? I'm saying SoCal's got his ideas. I have my ideas. There's not a lot of things that SoCal and I will agree on. You know, and maybe that's why we get along. Maybe that's why we go at each other, and that's why we still have somewhat respect for each other. Is that, you know, if I don't agree with him, I let him know I don't agree with it. I'm not out here to suck ass. You know, if I don't agree with it, I'm man enough to say I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit. You know, and if because if I was going to do nothing but kiss ass, what benefit is that to anyone? You know, and I don't. I don't kiss his ass. If I agree with him, I agree with him on something. You know, I don't not disagree with everything. You know, but I don't agree. Listen, I don't agree 100% with fucking nobody. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I don't agree 100% with nobody because that's why we have our own opinions. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with nobody 100%. Religious belief is another reason people hate the credit system. Judaism, Islam, and partially Christianity banned the interest back in the time, but people always reality that the Jews are the lender, right? Jews will be the lender, and when you're borrowing shit from a fucking Jew. I get it. I get it. Jew is the lender. Jew is the guy who doesn't pay his debts. You know, unless it's another Jew. But what are you going to do? You know, you don't buy your house for cash, right? Now they're talking about, oh fuck, they're talking about some other crazy ass um, mortgage term. Like usually it's 30 years, but now they're talking what 50-year mortgages or something crazy. I mean, who's the winner in this situation? God damn, it sure as fuck ain't us. That's true. You have to do what the megas did before they became megas. Not what they're doing now. You will never make it. Agreed. You know, that's how the rich get rich and stay rich by leveraging credit and other people's money. That's it, baby. Other people's money. I would use that 80,000 to invest in something else, or buy two trucks, or buy five trucks before I spend 100 grand on one truck. Know what I'm saying? I'd buy five. Yeah, inflation is wild, triple, and that's why my silver has tripled in value. And I was buying silver in December of 2022, if you guys remember, and it is triple the value in what, 3 years? Well, 2 years, 3 years. Call it 3 years. It's tripled. It's crazy. And all the silver is it chases inflation. It goes up with inflation, and it's triple. You know, I miss Willie. Guess he's off the tubes. Willie was a good time when he was playful, right? When he was playful, um, like me, when I was playful. But when I got angry and you know got fucking covered in shit, and then it turns into a shit show, and that's kind of where Willie was running, was to the shit show. When he was playful and talking shit, that was a good time, you know. And you start using your own brain. That's the only way we're going to make it in this life. Exactly right, Fran. I mean, you gotta use your own common sense, your own judgment. Take what you want from what someone else is doing, because there is never a carbon copy, right? There's never a carbon copy that everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone does something different. That's the same with maintenance. Some people do maintenance different. Some people believe in deletes. Some people don't. It is everyone's going to do what they want to fucking do, and that's the beauty of this industry is that you can literally do anything. however the fuck you want. And nothing that you do is guaranteed failure, right? None of it. There's nothing you could do to say, oh, you're going to be out of business in a month. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Willie kept changing his channels. I don't think that I even subbed to his current channel. If any has, I don't even know if he's got one. I'll be honest with you. And near the end there, it just turned into a lot of hate speech and shit. And listen, when I was sitting 12 hours in the fucking basement, 16 hours in the basement getting drunk, I was doing that out of fucking one boredom and fucking anger. I wasn't in a good place. The business wasn't in a good place. I had, you know, contractors not doing what they should be doing. Fucking, 1099 guys in my truck not doing what they could have been doing. And it was just out of fucking anger, discontent, and I brought that fucking anger onto fucking YouTube, and it turned into a fucking soup sandwich. Again, entertaining in some cases as it may be, it didn't do me any fucking good. It didn't do me any goddamn favors, you know, not at all. But it was a rough fucking 2 years, you know, it was a rough fucking 2 years. Right now, I don't have any hate, discontent in my fucking heart at all. I mean, and I'm in the fucking truck, however fucking long at a goddamn time, and I don't give a shit. It's so much easier. It's it's so much easier. It's still stressful, sure, but it ain't. It. I will never put myself in a position where I'm dependent on someone else's fucking work ethic to pay for my life. You know, I'm never going to put myself in that position again. Ever will I be dependent on someone else to create my income? I'll never do it. I'll never do it. Even if I rebuild this truck, or if I bring on contractors next year, or if I rebuild the 680, I'll never I'll never lease out or anything a truck unless I've got a second truck. And I don't care if that truck is sitting in this fucking driveway and I only take it out once a week. I'll never be sitting here with nothing, to where if I've got contractors that decide, hey, we're going on strike, well, then I've got a way to create revenue. But if I'm 100% dependent on contractors to create my revenue, I'll never put myself in that position again. I'll never do it again, because it broke me. It literally fucking broke me. It did, and it's 100% my fault. It's 100% my fault that I put myself in that fucking position. You know, I put myself in that position. Nobody talked me into it. Nobody forced me into it. I fucking did it. At first, I thought it would work because it worked so well the first time. You know, that one contractor was me for 1 year, and he has bought his own truck, his own trailer, got his own authority, and I thought I could, let's do it again. Nope, nope. Just don't work that way. As much as we all would like to think so, because no one's going to be you, right? Now, this guy, the first guy, was just like me. I mean, he was a go-getter, wanted the fucking money. He had dreams, he had goals. We were similar, where no one else did. I mean, they might have had goals and dreams. Don't get me wrong, but they just didn't have the fucking drive, or whatever. They were too worried about what James was making and not worried about what they were making, or too busy pocket watching and not concerned with their own shit. Where I'm not going to be concerned with that shit, because I'm still going to have my truck. I'm still going to be able to pull loads when I need to pull loads, and I'll make money when I need to make money. And you know, I'll never put myself in position. Well, you tried and you saw that it didn't work, and you took more responsibility for your actions instead of playing some political politician, whatever. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, there's still a little bit of resentment and shit, but how can I be resentful when I had 100% control, right? I had 100% control. I could have. I could have gotten that 680 back anytime I wanted to, and I didn't. I didn't get it back until it was broken. Um, that's on me, 100% on me, no question about it. That shit should have been resolved maybe 2 years prior. In all reality, and it wasn't that. You know what's amazing is that people are surprised that I even got back in the truck. Like I talked to Clampett the other day, maybe a couple weeks ago. He says, "Dude, I can't believe it. I can't believe you're in the fucking truck. I would have put money on it that you wouldn't have gotten back in that truck." Like I didn't hate driving. I mean, I don't know how many times I fucking said it in a video. The idea of the carrier was the ability to get out of the truck. I didn't anticipate being out of the truck as soon as I was. I didn't. So it's not like I hated trucking and didn't want to be in the truck and none of that. It just it gave me an opportunity to get out of the truck and still have revenue until it just got out of fucking hand. With the expenses, out of fucking control with expenses. I mean, replacing shit that didn't need to be replaced, spending money on shit that didn't need to be spent. I mean, just doing shit. A lot of don't give a fuck. A lot of shit. It just snowpiled into a fucking hot mess of shit. But my intention was never to get out of the truck that fucking soon. Now, my goal is still not to be in the truck, but my intention is to never not have the ability to get back in the truck. Like I'll always have a truck. If I rebuild that 680, I'll never put anybody in it. I'm going to keep it forever, and I'll still have that ability to take a run from time to time. Um, I'll, but I'm still going to use the carrier to give me the ability to run when I want to, not because I have to. You know, and that's what the carrier is for: is to find a means out of the truck. Because we all have the means to get into a truck. We're going to buy one. We're going to do all this shit, but we only have so much time. Now, if you have a means of getting out of the truck, is going to be, hey, I'm going to aggressively invest a portion of my revenue, things of that nature. Then absolutely, there's your means, right? There's your means. And then other people want to expand the business, and then that's their means. But is that forever? Who knows? You still got to aggressively invest. You know, mine was silver. My niche was I like buying silver, and at the end of the day, that silver is what's going to fucking that's my get out of jail free card. Is that silver that I purchased fucking 2-3 years ago? That's going to be my saving grace. That's my get out of jail free card. But had I not invested in nothing, well, then I'd have nothing. So I think you need to. I still will invest aggressively in something, and then have the carrier to supplement, so I don't have to be in the truck as much as I had or that I am now. But well, it won't be long. That Peterbilt will be paid for. You know, that Peterbilt will be paid for, and then I won't have that. But you still have maintenance, and maintenance is getting more expensive because obviously inflation. Parts are getting more expensive. Labor is getting fucking more expensive. I mean, it's all fucking crazy. But we all have to have a means to get out of the truck. It's easy to get in it. It's easy to get into trucking. Very difficult to get out. Silver's done a really great job since last year. When I was reading the charts today, I directly remember you. Yeah, dude. I mean, my investments has tripled, tripled. You know, so yeah, and they're talking the silver might get down to or get up to a fucking dollar by next year. It might. It might get to a dollar next year. So if it does, I mean, that's a good fucking chunk of change, fellas. It's difficult to buy silver now, but if you have the idea that silver's going to turn to a fucking dollar, fuck it. I know Bitcoin is shit. I mean, fuck, I looked the other day. I think I was up $1 or something. You know, I was down $3. And the most I've been up is like $50. I mean, what's the fucking point? You know, I should have just bought a fucking another log of silver with it, is what I should have done. Because it isn't, it's not, it's not doing anything, you know? It's not doing shit. It's just, it's fake money. And I don't know, are we ever going to get on, are we, it's probably eventual, we'll probably get on some kind of Bitcoin market type of deal. Because cash ain't worth shit, you know? Cash isn't worth anything, unfortunately. And it's not backed by gold. I mean, isn't it backed on oil? Isn't our money backed on oil? Or is it just backed on imaginary shit? I don't know. I know we ain't got no more oil, or no more gold, rather. Nobody know it can predict the future, or let's say exact timing, but it will be happen like that anyway in the near future. All the indication shows that they have to do it eventually. They're suppressing the prices since decades. It's going to blow up one way or another. Well, until they find another conductor of electricity, Toga, silver is the best conductor. And when we're doing all these solar panels, where are these fuckers going, dude? I've done so many solar panel loads, and none of those loads are going into a field or going anywhere for installation. They're going to rent it out old warehouses and getting stockpiled. So somebody's using government money to buy this shit, hoping they can sell it tomorrow. I think is their plan here, and there may not be a tomorrow. I mean, people may not buy that shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know, but a shit ton of solar panels are going to fucking La La Land. You know, like that one load I brought to wherever the fuck I was. That was an old World War II fucking like bomb field or whatever, where they just got those half circle fucking buildings all over the fucking place with railroad tracks, the fucking rail yard or whatever, with these fucking shits, buildings all over the fucking place. And I've unloaded there. Like, what are we doing with all these goddamn things? You know? But that's going to raise silver market, you know, supply and demand. The thing with silver, though, is they're still mining it, you know? They're still mining silver. So obviously that shit gets more expensive because obviously we don't have child labor here. So silver's gonna get more expensive. The dollar is not backed by anything or backed up more anymore. It's just a full faith of credit. There you go. America is presumed to be strong. We are, uh, as far as our credit, right? We owe everybody something, and we spend a fuck ton of money on weapons. Like I seen a chart like on History Channel or something, like how much America spends on weapons and how much we actually have as a military versus any other fucking country. And it's just remarkable how much shit we have compared to anyone else. Like you could take the whole fucking eastern continent all together and they only have a fraction of what the fuck we're packing. It's ridiculous how much, and which I guess is a good thing. But those billion-dollar planes don't last forever, and they're going to have to be replaced. You know, so I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I guess if it comes down to it, Tennessee Matt, if we want it, we take it, right? If we want it, we take it, and we have the ability to fucking take it. So people may not like us, but fuck them. And we've had people not like us before. That's the same with tariffs and shit like that. Fuck it, who gives a shit? I mean, I like the idea of tariffs. It's going to take a little while before we see the benefits of tariffs, but I think it's a necessity. Because how do you think China got so goddamn filthy rich, other than having child labor and all that other shit? They got rich off of tariffs and off us buying shit because of lack of tariffs. You know, we weren't able to sell our shit to them, but they were free to sell all their garbage to us. And the fact that we don't even give a shit if it's made over in China, because as long as it's a dollar cheaper, then we're going to buy it. We don't even look for made in USA. I mean, we've gotten to that point. Um, we don't give a shit about quality. We don't listen. I'm guilty of it as well. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'll buy cheap fucking Chinese shit all day long, all day long. So, what's your thoughts on the national debt? Why and how can national debt exist? Because we borrow money to buy fucking weapons. That's why we do it for our military and shit. I mean, why do you think China owns our national parks and you know they're buying up farmland or being allowed to buy up farmland near our bases because we're broke. And of course, we're paying our politicians too much. Our politicians don't give a shit about us. They just do whatever the fuck they want to do and not give a shit about consequences. And honestly, I think they want us. I think they want us to be forever. They want us to not be Americans. I gotta change my earbuds here. They don't want us. They don't want America to be America anymore. They want America. They want America to be Chinese, Russian, or anything else. Muslim. I mean, that seems to be the trend right now, right? Being Muslim, because they're letting all these Muslims come in, Sharia law, shit like that. So our country might be taken over. Now, will we let it? Will we have a revolution, and they start building a fucking mosque down the street in a small town? Is that small town going to put up with that mosque? Are they going to just, genocide? Are we just start going to shoot them all? Are we going to kill them all? I don't know. Are we? I don't know. Or are we going to just, Allah Sharika Shabara? I mean, Sharika Shalama. What are we going to do? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But that's what it'll happen. I mean, Rome fell, so will the United States, you know, unless we do something about it. But nothing lasts forever, you know. Our freedoms that everyone fucking hates, but yet still want to come over here to either take benefit to or to destroy. Plain and simple. There's two types of people. They want the benefits of having the freedom, or they want to destroy it. Muslims want to destroy it. They want to destroy it. And then you got these socialistic mind fucking Democrats, the far left communists. They support that. Like they're tired of America being America. That's why we want more government involvement, more rules, more this, more that. So we're dependent on them, you know. And then the Democrats try to fuck up that they know the fucking people don't want goddamn Democrats in office anymore. Even the Democrats are fucking seeing how conniving and fucking shitbags they are because they're letting all these goddamn illegals in. Those illegals do not benefit the United States one iota. Do those fucking Mexicans coming over the border or anyone else come through the border? It's not just Mexicans. None of them will benefit the United States as a whole. None of them will benefit the United States. The only thing it benefits are the Democrats because now they're going to get the votes from them. So they're going to take blue states, these sovereign fucking states that will bring these fucking clowns in. Now they're going to be the blue state and then any of the flip turncoat states, the swing states. Those will become blue states. And they'll never get another Republican office. It'll end up being a socialist goddamn country. Or Muslim, you know? So listen, it is what it is. It is nothing we can do. Well, there is something you can do, but that's why Democrats want to get rid of our guns. They want to do all that shit. That way they can overtake us and then we can't fight back, which is the whole reason why we have the guns. So they can't do that, but that's what they want to do. By then, I'll probably be in the grave way before that happens. You know, I'll be in the grave way before that happens. But it will. It will. Eventually. Something big has to fucking happen because we can't continue doing what we're doing and having this far left, far right, just battle of fucking overly emotional fucking cunts. I mean, who cried when Obama got fucking office? I didn't. I wasn't happy about it, but I didn't fucking cry. And these fucking weirdos, far lefties, crying over the fucking president. They're brainwashed fucking crazies, dude. Like, what benefit of is transsexuals and fucking that shit being taught to our kids and then castrating or fucking puberty blockers, giving that shit to our fucking kids because you are mentally fucked up and you wanted a daughter or your simple mind. Oh, he likes to play with dolls. He's got to be a girl. And well, so and so's they got a trans. We need to do that. Like they'll jeopardize their own fucking kids. Is that Munchausen disease or something where you're always making your kid fucking sick so you get the attention? I mean, that's the crazy mental shit. And listen, the United States ain't all about fucking mental health. We already know that, right? We already know government doesn't give a shit about mental health. But you think it's mentally fucking stable to start giving puberty blockers to a child that fucks their reproduction system up? Well, we have the Islams and the fucking Muslims up here outbreeding us 10 to a million. I mean, come on. White people are only 15% of the fucking world, but yeah, we have white guilt. 15% of the world is white, and we have white guilt. Why? Because we ended slavery before any other fucking country ended slavery? Is that why we have white guilt? God damn. It's insanity. Insanity. You took a people, the slave, for the most part, and not all of them, but mostly slaves, that will not acclimate to the United States. They will not acclimate. They won't. So if they're not going to acclimate and be a part of the United States and be a part of the melting pot, then fuck them. I got no pity, no remorse, no nothing for them. I've got no use for them. Not that because I had a use for them when they were slaves. I just don't have any use for their political fucking anything, their opinion or anything. It's ridiculousness. It's just this guilt that we have. But why is it that we can have all this black shit and all this Asian shit, Mexican shit, but God forbid if you're proud of your white heritage or hey, I'm proud because I'm German. You know, you can't be proud to be German, but you can be proud to be African. And even the Africans don't want them. I mean, you can take you can pay for a fucking flight, go in fucking Chicago, and just put people on a fucking plane. Hey, you want to go to Africa? You know, we got a fucking free plane tickets to go to Africa. You put them on there. One, they're not going to want to stay in Africa, and two, Africa don't want the motherfuckers. I mean, for real. So, I mean, what's the point of bitching about where you're at, and why can't you just acclimate to the situation that you're in? Why can't you? But you have to stand out so far right or so far left or so far wherever with your baggy ass pants and your ass hanging out and fucking all this ghetto talk and your language of your fucking your communication is like it's like fucking just making noise. I don't fucking get it. It just baffles me. And I'm not racist. I love black people, but Have a little self-respect for yourself, for Christ's sake. I mean, otherwise, stay in Chicago or wherever the fuck you live. If you can't, if you can't fucking not be a fucking thug fool. I mean, god damn. Speaking English isn't fucking difficult when you fucking live here, but that ghetto shit they got, where is this coming from? I mean, I know it comes from rap, and those rappers that talk like that don't talk like that. They only talk like that in their raps, but they don't conduct themselves that way. But they hear it and they fucking repeat it and mimic it, and just like the pants hanging down their ass. Some people say it's a prison thing. Some I've heard just recently, which I don't think it's true, but it was the homosexual slave owners that once they broke them by having sex with them, then they would make them have their ass hanging out, so that any other homosexual slave owner knew that he was broken. I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard that the other day. I don't know if that's true, but this is what a black woman. I seen it on Instagram. Fuck it, it could be AI for all I know. It could be AI. But she was telling another black kid, you got to pull your pants up, and you got to get this out on the internet and let people know they're laughing at you. Like, well, I'm not laughing at you because I've never heard of that. Like gay slave owners making you hang your ass out. I've never heard that. But she says the white people are laughing at you because your ass is out. And I've never heard that before. I don't know if that's true or not. I find it silly that if you're going to be a criminal, you know, wear a jogging suit. You know, at least you can run in jogging suit. You ain't running with your pants to your ankles. You know, just shifting the agenda in other words, diverting the attention of public to cover the real issues of the public. Same thing also happened in here too. Now, first country ever ended slavery was Denmark, then the Ottomans, and then the U.S., I guess. But they all affected each other and created a chain of reaction via French Revolution aspect of human rights. Otherwise, I don't see that slavery has ended, though. If you have a paid job, you're still a partial slave officially, too. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Um, yeah, I mean, we're sheep, Toga. At the end of the day, we're fucking sheep, and we serve a purpose, right? It's like the old west. If you work for the old miner, they would give you coupons, wouldn't give you cash. They buy you give you coupons that you can use these coupons anywhere in the town to buy whatever you want, right? But it enslaved you because you could never leave because those coupons are only good in that town, right? Same thing. Same thing. I mean, think of this. You look at the neighborhood and what are these people are doing? They're working every day. They're working for the man, making rich people richer. Every fucking one of them. Every one of them. They come home. They have what their little bit of a fucking life or their little bit of freedom in there. You know, maybe they get 12-hour shifts. They get 12 hours, 8 of it sleeping, 4 of it's up. Not much of a fucking life. Not really any freedom to do anything. I think homeless people are more free, right? Homeless people are free. They just have to work for their food, right? Because what else do you need? You need shelter and you need food. What else do you need? That's it. Problem is that we, as a society, have gotten greedy ourselves. We have to keep up with the Joneses. We want to buy these expensive cars. We want these 5-bedroom, 17-bath homes. We want all of this shit. Why? Because it's competition, I guess. We want all this shit. Back after the wars, you see these towns. They just pop up, and they're all little bungalow houses. After the war, we had all these people coming in, and now they were grown men and not 18-year-old children, and they were buying houses, and they just put up all these little cookie cutter homes. None of them were 5 bedroom homes. None of them were. None of them. But now it's a stature, right? It's a stature that they've got to have this huge house. They got to keep up with the Joneses. Oh, he got a new car. I need to get a new car. Instead of just being fucking happy. Like if you could be a farmer again, if you could live off the grid, you can still have your internet, you can still have all your privileges and fuck on your phone all day because that's all you do anyway. If you got paid $1 for every fucking hour you spend on your fucking face and a cell phone, we'd all be fucking good. You know? We'd all be well, there'll be only $24 a day, but you don't even get that. Right? You don't even get that for staring at your phone all fucking day, not being productive, not doing anything. Right? Not doing anything. But you can do that off grid per se, buying a piece of land, buying a tiny home, being self sufficient, buy a fucking cow, buy 2 cows, buy one to slaughter this year, buy one to slaughter next year. I mean, to be, and then what do you need really? You need a roof over your head and you need food. That's it. But we make it so fucking complicated. Glued to our fucking 100-inch fucking TVs, playing our PlayStations, our computer games, facing the fucking phone all day. We make it more complicated than it needs to be, folks. And maybe, and I tell you, it will revert back, right? It will revert back. Sooner or later, it has to, you know? Hierarchy needs shelter, food, and healthcare. Yep. Anyway, I'm getting off here. It's fucking, my fire is out and I'm freezing my fucking dick off. And I don't need to get sick. I can't afford it. One, I ain't got no goddamn insurance, and two, I need to make fucking money. I'll catch you fuckers later. Britt, I love you. I appreciate the cash app. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all you guys. I mean, you guys are fucking awesome. And I appreciate everything you guys do for me and have done for me in the past. And I hope you have a great new year and a pleasant Christmas. Love you.